I welcome you all once again to your English class. I hope you all are doing great. Children, for today's English lesson, we are going to start a new chapter from your Honeycomb book, the 5th chapter, Quality. It's a prose and it's on page number 71. It's written by John Goldsworthy, and I have already introduced you with this chapter. I have already given a short introduction of this chapter in your last video lesson that we had done of Chibi, the question answers of Chibi. So with this, we are going to continue with this story. Now children, tell me, what do you understand by quality? Yes, why do you only buy specific brands? Why do you only go for specific brands when you are choosing clothes, any food item or shoes? Yes, why do you go for specific brands? Yes, because they are made with certain quality checks. You know that they will be best, they will be good, and from the rest, you know, some cheaper items are also available, but you do not choose them because you know they are not going to last long. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about two brothers, the Gessler brothers, and how their business of shoemaking flourishes and what was their quality, means what was the quality in them that made them good shoemakers. Yes, so let's begin. Before you read, can a shoemaker be called an artist? Okay, now let me know, please let me know this thing, that who is an artist? Please answer this. Who is an artist? Please think in your mind. Can we call only painters and actors, singers, dancers artists? Do we need to call only these people artists, or anyone with special skills? Anyone who is trained, who is passionate about their skill, about their profession, about their trade is called an artist, or can be called an artist. So the writer has started this chapter with this question. Can a shoemaker be called an artist? Yes, if he has the same skill and pride in his trade as any other artist, and the same respect for it too. Yes, the passion for the job, the love for it, the respect for it, and the idea of achieving it. Yes, the skill. Mr. Gessler, a German shoemaker settled in London, is a perfect artist. Read this story to see how he devotes his life to his art. Yes, see, art is just not paintings, just not carvings, just not anything which is related to art like dancing, singing. But we can also call those people artists who are actually creating something out of their passion. Yes, so like carpentry, you see they are always carving something, some new designs on wood. With shoemaking, they are always making new boots. Yes, it's required really great skill to be in these kind of professions. Understand these things, that when you buy new shoes, you look at the design, you look at the price, you look at the marvelous stitching. Okay, so all these things actually fascinate you. So the artist who is creating it must be a skillful person. So let's get started with this story now. Quality. I knew him from the days of my extreme youth because he made my father's boots. So the narrator, we know John Goldsworthy. So he knew Mr. Gessler and his brother, elder brother, from what days? From his extreme youth days. Youth means when he was young. Because why? How did he come to know him? How did he know Mr. Gessler? Because Mr. Gessler used to make whose shoes? The author's father's shoes, boots. He lived with his elder brother in his shop, which was in a small by street in a fashionable part of London. So they had a shop, shoe shop. Now the shop had a certain quiet distinction. Okay, so you could readily make out that this is the shoe shop because it had very distinct quality. Okay, it was very different from other regular shops. There was no sign upon it other than the name of Gessler Brothers. So nothing was written on it except the signboard had this name Gessler Brothers. Nothing like shoemakers or anything like this. They just wrote Gessler Brothers on the signboard. So you might have seen the shops to easily find them out. We can see the signboards. So on the signboard we see Gessler Brothers was written. And in the window a few pair of boots. Yes, obviously there was a display of boots. So on the window hung what? Boots that was made by the Gessler Brothers. He made only what was ordered. So children, now see, now these shoes which are made in factory, they are produced in large quantities. But when you are making something out of your hand, when you are manually making something, you try to make it what? Customize it, right? So that when you receive the order, then only you make it, because you don't want to place some other order, or it may be misfitted, right? So we know that this person, Mr. Gessler and Gessler Brothers, they made things on custom basis. That means if someone ordered the shoes, they gave their fitting of the feet, and then only these people, that means Gessler Brothers, made the shoes. Okay. And what he made never failed to fit. Yes, he was so good at his work that whatever shoes he made always fit perfectly in the feet of his customers, of their customers. To make boots, such boots as he made, because the writer, we can see through these words that he was fascinated, he was amazed, he was very surprised that how can someone make such fine boots. Seemed to me then, and still seems to me, mysterious and wonderful. To him what it seemed? That it was really mysterious. How can someone make shoes fitting so well, right? That means it as if it was made through many days. Yes, I remember well my shy remarks. Yes, so he was shy because he did not want, means he was a little bit young. So he remarked, he commented, one day while stretching out to him my youthful foot. So he had been making, coming here to get his shoe created by Mr. Gessler from his youth only, from his young days only. So one day he just commented, he just placed a shy remark in front of Mr. Gessler when he was taking the measurement of his foot. So he placed his foot in front of Mr. Gessler. Isn't it awfully hard to do, Mr. Gessler? He said, this work you're doing, you're making the shoe and it fit exactly. So don't you think it's hard? And his answer, given with a sudden smile from out of the redness of his beard. So we get the appearance, we see that he had beard and it was red in color. So he gave a sudden smile. Mr. Gessler did not smile much, but he gave a sudden smile, and what did he say? It is an art. Yes, so we see that he said it in German accent. Yes, because people there do not use "der," they use "do." So it is an art. Yes, that was the language. I don't know I'm doing it right or not because I'm not German, so I tried. So he said it is an art. It was not possible to go to him very often. Yes, you see, the author did not visit the shoemaker's shop, Mr. Gessler's shop, quite often. Why? Because his boots lasted terribly. So that means what? The boots that were made by the Gessler brothers were so long lasting that people waited for it to get worn out, but it did not. So it was random, or it was very seldom times that the author visited him. So when do you buy new shoes? When your previous shoes get torn, right? When they lose their shine or when they are worn out. But here, because he made such good quality shoes, boots, that it took long time to deteriorate or get damaged. Having something beyond the temporary. So what did he say? That the quality of the shoes were not ordinary. It was very different, it was very distinct, and the quality was really good. Some essence of boot stitched into them. Yes, so there was this some essence, like particularly some good quality which made the shoes last long. One went in, not as into most shops, but restfully as one enters a church. So you know children that when we visit a religious place, we are somewhat calmed down, we are somewhat very peaceful, we feel relaxed. So entering Gessler's brother's shop was like what? Was like entering a church. What did it feel? That you are at peace, you are very calm, composed, that place was not noisy, that place was calm and composed. Okay? And sitting on the single wooden chair waited. So, who waited on the wooden chair? Mr. Gessler. A guttural sound and a tip-tap of his... Okay, sorry, Mr. Gessler did not wait. So because we see that here Mr. Gessler was actually walking upstairs, obviously in his working place. So it was upstairs. Some shops have that stairs, and their working space is on the first floor. So the person who intends to get his shoe custom made by Mr. Gessler used to go in that sitting area, sit down that in the ground area, in the ground floor area, and they used to sit on the wooden chair waiting for Mr. Gessler to arrive. A guttural sound and a tip-tap of his slippers beating the narrow wooden stairs. So when Mr. Gessler knew that there was a customer, there was a person interested in buying or getting his shoe made by Mr. Gessler, he used to step down of the stairs, and with that stepping down there was a guttural sound. What is that guttural sound? It was very harsh and grating. Okay, that means it was very obviously not a pleasant sound when he was coming down the wooden stairs. And he would stand before one without coat, a little bent in leather apron with sleeves turned back. Okay, so now we see that he had come downstairs with the wooden through the wooden stairs, and he would stand before one without coat, a little bent in leather apron. So there was apron, okay, and he used to stand there, find himself what? He used to, because he has to wear that apron. So he used to stand little bent because of his age maybe, with sleeves turned back, blinking, as if awakened from some dream of boots. Because he was preparing, he was an artist, he was preparing some boot. So as if he is awakened and his eyes were blinking when the customer or when the narrator has arrived in his shop. And I would say, so when Mr. Gessler arrived, like the narrator politely used to ask, "How do you do, Mr. Gessler? Could you make me a pair of Russian leather boots?" So yes, because here in the shoe shop he has come to get himself a boot made. So he asked that, "Can you please make me a pair of Russian leather boots?" Without a word, so Mr. Gessler would not speak anything. He would leave me retiring whence he came or into the other portions of the shop. So from where he came, he left him there only, he left his customer there only, or he would make them sit in any corner of the shop. Okay? And I would continue to rest in the wooden chair, inhaling the incense of his trade. So do you remember I told you when you are entering a church, what are we supposed to do? We just find a very calm and peaceful environment there. We can smell what? Incense sticks burning. The fragrance, the sweet smell of the incense sticks burning. So here the smell was of what? The incense of what? The incense of the leather. Of the trade means here, because the raw material that Gessler brothers used to make the shoes, make the boots, was leather. So the smell of leather was very strong, and the author was sitting and resting on the chair until Mr. Gessler would arrive, and he was what? He was breathing, he was inhaling the incense of the trade, that means of the leather. So it's compared to the smell of incense in the church. You can see the meaning. Soon he would come back, holding in his hand a piece of gold brown leather, Russian leather. With eyes fixed on it, he would remark, So he would continuously keep looking at it. And what did he remark? He remarked, what a beautiful piece. You see, P also is like B and T is here what? The. So beautiful bees, beautiful bees, beautiful. Yes, beautiful bees. It's like this. When I too had admired it, he would speak again. So yes, when something is looking nice and someone is appreciating something, it's a polite way, it's a humble way to appreciate the same. And the narrator did the same. He appreciated the leather. And then again Mr. Gessler spoke. What did he speak? Let's see. When do you want them? So when do you want them? When will you come to collect? And I would answer, oh, as soon as you conveniently can. So he said, you can take your own sweet time, take your time in making the shoes, and whenever you can give me conveniently, I can take it from you. Now, and he would say, tomorrow fortnight. Or if he were his elder brother, I will ask my brother. So yes, the younger one used to make the shoes, so and he would give the time. So if the younger brother was there, he would tell that I will give you in 14 days. And if the elder brother was there, he would say, younger brother was there, he would say, I will ask my elder brother. Okay, that means I will ask my younger brother. Then I would murmur. Murmur means in a very soft, low voice. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Gessler. Good morning. He would reply, still looking at the leather in his hand, and off his slippers going up the stairs to his dream of boots. So after the regular greetings exchanged, again we see that Mr. Gessler go upstairs for his trade to follow, that means for his work to do. He just move upstairs to his working space. I cannot forget that day on which I had occasion to say him, Mr. Gessler, that last pair of boots creaked, you know. So, okay. So now, because I told you that his shoes were so good that it lasted him so long, right? Now, but we can see here that one fine day, because his old shoes were broken, his old shoes got damaged. So he was waiting for that day to see these words. Mr. Gessler, that last pair you gave me creaked. Creaked means it actually broke. So now he looked at me for a time without replying, as if expecting me to draw or qualify the statement. Then said, it shouldn't have creaked. Yes, that means it shouldn't have creaked. So he waited, that means because he could not believe that his shoes can get damaged. So he wanted him to take his statement back. It did, I am afraid. So he said, you are saying that it shouldn't have cracked, it shouldn't have creaked, but it had, sadly. You got them wet before they found themselves. So here it means you got them wet before they found themselves. That means here it means what? So you can see it's in German, so it's like that they are talking. I don't think so. It was not wet. I do not think that it should get wet. At that, he lowered his eyes as if hunting for memory of those boots. He just lowered his eyes. He was trying to recall when did he make that boots, made those boots. And I felt sorry I had mentioned these grave things. So because he saw that this poor thing was thinking of the day when he delivered these boots, and now he's trying to recall the days when he gave the boots to this man. Send them back, he said, I will look at them. So he said, you need to send them back to me, bring it to the shop, and I will see what is the problem with the shoes. Okay, Zoom boots, he continued slowly, are bad from birth. If I can do nothing with them, I take them off your belt. So what did he say? That some boots are bad from birth only. That means when I made them, maybe that time only it had some problems. Now if I cannot do anything with it, if I am unable to fix the shoe boot, I will take that off from your bill. Means what? I will not take the money of those boots. I will just, if you are going to make the boots right now, if I am going to give you new boots, I am going to deduct the money, means I am not going to charge money of these boots, because I will cancel that out from your previous bill. Okay children, so let it be till here only for today. We will meet again with another video lesson and we will finish this chapter, the explanation. Till then, please take care of yourself and your family. Bye bye.